Yes, so hello everyone. My name is Nishal DC and I'm from Lamjung district of Nepal, and we are the GenZ group. Let's say we are from one of our GenZ group, and this is our team, our core team, I will say. So we would define us as core team, but not as the leaders of the GenZ. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, so anybody else? Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Sakar and I'm currently living in Kathmandu, and we are one of the many groups of the changes, let's say, and we are helping moderate this protest
Right.
and reaching goal.
So, does anybody else want to add something,
Hello.
or should I start with my questions?
Am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah,
please
yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you.
go ahead.
Yes.
Oh, hello everyone. This is Minendra. I'm a law student, and yeah, as my fellow friends said, we are a part of Gen Z movement, and I'm here working to unite law students and other young intellectuals, and we are conducting a thorough research on this like political situation, what can be done further, and many more. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Hello, my
to
name is
yes,
Anshita
go
Singh,
ahead.
and I'm a law student.
Mhm.
As already my fellow friends said about what's going on and what we are doing, and we are also one of a group of ongoing protest of Gen Z.
Okay, so I think if anybody wants to add anything else, or should we start with our questions?
I think we can start with the questions.
Okay.
Okay, so Nishal, first I would like to ask you, and then the rest of the members can add things if they want. So my
Okay.
first question to you is like, how can you describe the current situation of what is going on in Nepal to someone
So
who have to someone who has absolutely no idea of what's going on?
yeah, so what I would like to explain to you guys is that this movement was not against the social media ban by the recent government. So that
Mhm.
was not this. Okay, so what the day before yesterday's protest was about the corruption that was happening in the country, the mismanagement of the powers of the leaders that were doing in our country. We were against that, and we will say that the situation of yesterday was pretty chaotic. That was very chaotic. The yesterday's situation was way too chaotic than we expected, and today it has came to a bit normal situation where the army has taken the lead. There is no martial law going on, but then the army has just taken the lead to control the peace and harmony in the country. So for that, the army has yesterday at 10 p.m. they addressed the nation. The general chief of the army addressed the nation, and after that the armies were in full power of controlling the people who were doing vandalism, who were looting the places, who were starting fires in different places and causing riots. So and why, and if you would ask me that why this protest was started, and so there was a trend. I don't know if you guys knew or not, but then there was a trend that was going on in Indonesia and then in Philippines, known as the Nepo babies trend. So in Nepal also that has been going for many long time. So the leaders of our country's son and daughter has been posting their lavish lifestyle in the social media. So they were flexing how their mom and dad has been funding them with money, and then they are going to foreign countries in vacation, and then they are posting their lavish lifestyle, while we, the middle class people, and every other people generation, let's say every other people have been suffering. We have been striving for job opportunities, we have been striving for hungers. So since that has been going on for a lot, then there was a lot of angers in every single use of the country. And then that is from where I will say, from my personal opinion, I will say that this protest started. And there, so since the Nepo baby trend took a lot of fire in everyone's heart, so there was uh, a decision came up from the social media to form a date, and the date was 8th September 2025 to protest. It was a peaceful protest. So it was a peaceful protest supposed to be happening at Maitigar. So Maitigar Mandala is one of the places that has been regularly conducting many protests. So in the recent protest that happened was the the teacher association process, that also protest that also happened in there. So likewise we also plan to do our protest in there, but in a peaceful way. But then what happened was the protest was going very smoothly in the first few hours, but then, as we all know, the political involvement happened. So in the barricade side of our protest, where the Nepal police had been securing their barricades. So from that side, some of the youths from the political party made their involvement, and then they put the fuel, they put the fire on the fuel of our youths. So, and what happened after that was, so they destroyed the barricade and they went straight for the parliament house. And at the beginning it was, even when they went to the parliament house, it was really not a big deal. But then they started throwing, from our side we started throwing stones, I would say. Okay, but then even though we started throwing stones, the government did nothing to control the riot. So I think you guys are pretty aware that there are many ways to protect, to control a riot. So before shooting, before using live ammunition, there are a lot of requirements that needs to happen, and that really didn't happen. So the they only use, I guess, water cannon at the very first beginning phase, and later that some rubber bullets started. And when the rubber bullets started happening and some of our people were injured, after that it really get chaotic. So when that happened, so the youths became angered because many of us were already injured, and after that many of the youth started getting violent. So when the youth started getting violent, they started destroying the walls of the parliament house as well. And when that happened, so I think the order came from the DOA, but then not the order was initially issued from the prime minister to the home minister, and then the order was given to the district administration office, and then he gave the order to the police chief, and who ordered to open fire the live ammunition to the general public. So I don't know if you have seen the images or not, but then there has been a lot of deaths. And in those days there has been the deaths of 17-year-old minor, 18-year-old college kid who was in a school uniform. A lot of 28 to 20, 35 is people has been killed in this chaotic, dramatic situation. So yeah, a lot of things went way south than we all expected. So what was supposed to be a peaceful protest didn't become a peaceful protest anymore, and went way too south than we all expected, and a lot of lives were lost. A lot of lives are still fighting. A lot of people are still fighting for their lives in the hospital. I don't know how many will be able to come out of the hospital alive or not. So that is, I would like to include my statement for this in now, and I will ask my friends to continue what I was saying. Thank you.
Okay, so before anyone adds something, I would like to ask the official death count has been 21 till now, right?
Yes.
No, actually, it's more than 21. It
Yes,
just confirmed that 20, yeah. It's
yes,
about
Confirm.
40.
yes,
Yeah.
that's what I was going to ask. Is the documented rate way less than what it is currently?
uh,
21 was for the first day of protest,
yes.
Uh,
and for now it
it's
is
around
still
that.
going up.
Yeah, that's because the protest became violent because of the shot straight to the students who were going like to their home. They were returning from the college in their college dress, and they were minors actually, and they shot straight to their head, which was against international law.
So 21 is just the documented number, and the actual number is way higher.
Yes, the actual number is way higher, and as per the inside information that I have gotten from different resources, I will say the number for now, I will say it is around 30 to 35 actual confirmed deaths. And in those deaths, there has been the reports of a 12-year-old kid being killed and a 14-year-old kid being killed as well. Yeah.
Okay, so Kritika, please go on with your question.
Um, uh, if anyone wants to add anything to this, anything from their own to this question, you people are free to do that. Do you people have anything else like about this?
Yeah, I want to say something.
Yes.
So yeah, my friend already emphasized what was the scenario. This protest was supposed to be a peaceful protest, right? But it was a great form of juvenile injustice, and it was a genocide. And
Yeah.
for this reason, yeah, for this reason, it became violent. So and from this protest, we faced many consequences. So what I want to make clear is, we have got the news of vandalizers, destroying public properties and all. What I want to say on this issue is, our protest was fabricated. Our protest was fabricated and adulterated by some interest group, which who were somehow linked with political parties. Yeah, so this is the reason, and but they use Gen Z as a mask, and they were just working for their own interest. They were just interest group in the name of Gen Zs. Yeah, and because of this pseudo opportunities, this happened, and a lot of public property were destroyed. That is the reason.
Okay. So, you people have talked about deaths. Like, you people are working as a group, right? And you people have participated in the protests. So, have you people been in like the kind of type of conditions where you people would have got injured or something like that? And how was it? Like,
Yeah,
have you people ever been in the situations where there was a chance that you could have also got injured or something like that?
yeah, I would like to say some things on it. So on the first day of the protest, we were marching towards the Sansad Bhavan, or the what's called Parliament building, and so there is a still bridge on on the way to there from Maitigar. And after before entering the main area, I decided to go on top of it to see what's going on there, right? And I went on to pull the trigger, and after seeing that, I immediately lied on the floor and started crawling. The bridge was entirely full, and like like I would say there was a very high chance of getting shot, but fortunately the officer did not pull the trigger. But another situation was wa- directly in front of the gate of the building, but there was also they started open firing, but on the footpath to the further end of the gate, there was a transformer type structure, a metal structure installed by the electricity authority, and we hid behind that. So it was a pretty close encounter, I would say.
Okay, so basically they don't have any mercy for the people of their own country.
Oh yeah, I would not say they don't have mercy for the people of their own country, because the way the police has been structured or trend is to directly follow the chain of command, which is
Yeah.
not the best practice, right? Like they are supposed to uphold the constitution, and if the order does not align with the constitution, that then they are not supposed to carry it out, right? But in case of Nepal, that is the situation we have. Whatever comes from higher ups, they start to follow that order. And I don't know what order came, but they were shooting directly in the headshots. One was shot right in front of me. His brains. So he was sitting on the stair of the structure I just mentioned, right? It goes up and down and across the road. And he was headshot. His body was taken to ambulance, but the parts of his brain were lying on the ground, blood everywhere, and the media was covering it. That was one. Another guy from a global college. He was just traveling through the area to go home, and just going through the area, he was also headshot from here, and it came out from here. He fell down, and blood was pouring in liters immediately. So that was the situation. It was pretty bad.
Okay. So actually, the next question that I was about to ask, you people have already answered most of it. But still, like you people have talked about corruption and how it's been in the country. So I want to ask you all, have you ever experienced it yourself, like the corruption? Have you ever experienced it around you? And like, how is the impact? I want to ask that.
Mm, I have experienced it to some extent. For example, like going to get my driving license for
Yeah.
motorcycle. So the process is very hectic, and they have it's almost like they have deliberately made it hectic. So you have to go through bypassing channels, right? And you pay certain money, they get the things done faster. Otherwise, if you are just doing it on your own, then it never gets done, or it takes a lot of time for simple uh, filling the form up and submitting it. They had deliberately put some mechanisms up there where normal public, very few amount of the requests were getting submitted properly, and only some certain channels were given the permission to submit that request properly. But now that issue has been pretty much, I don't know if it's solved, but it has decreased definitely. That's one. And that's two. One recent example was that one of my uncles was about to build a home, so he had to so like first they build the what they say the structure in the map in paper, and they pass it from nagarpalika or municipality. Even in that process, the engineers like make your life a living hell, and without giving them any money, they never get your job done. And so recent example for 4 houses, in a total sum of 4 lakhs was paid to get the job done, which already had all the documents required.
Okay. Actually, like while this issue is going on, I have came across a lot of reels on Instagram showing the public facilities of Nepal, like the roads and how it's flooding and all that. So how are the public facilities there? Like how are the roads? How are the hospitals and all those things? How are the schools? Like how are the government schools? All those things. Are all those things good, or do you think it's not being maintained properly?
No, it's not being maintained properly because the government, when the budget is allocated for government schools, private schools are okay. They take a lots of money from the students and they are
Yeah.
good. They are managing it properly. But government school, when the budget are allocated for government school, it became less than half, uh, going through all the chain. There is federal government, so provincial government. When it goes to provincial government, it has already become more than half, so half of
Okay.
the budget is already eaten by politicians.
Yeah.
And when it comes to local government also try to get their part from it, and it becomes less than half there. So 25% of the budget goes to government schools. Still, that 25% of budget cannot manage the whole school at all. And
Yeah.
public start protesting about that government has allocated this much fund. Why do you not provide such funds to students?
Hmm.
And that problems are faced by teachers in that protest when where their parents starts stoning towards the school and teachers, and that's how unmanaged it
Okay.
is.
What about the roads? Are the roads good, or do they also have potholes and all that?
Talking about the city areas, it's good, but I have personal experience about roads from my area. Like since the day I was born, it's just the way it was. Like it is not the way it should be. Like the way government allocates the fund, it is not going in that road. It is like directly going like contractor get the money, but they don't do the work.
Okay.
So I would like to add some part to it.
Yeah, sure.
So we can like subsidize construction budgets for things like governmental lands that is, let's say, near your house, right? So if it is let's say if it's about to get landside, or it's being very vulnerable, they subsidize the budget to get let's say big gavin walls and things like that to be put there. um f- let's just say for a budget of 25 lakhs, 7 8 lakhs or even less gets spent on the structure and the overall cost of the project, and more than that is just gone. No, just there is an entire chain
The thing is that
that
when
is
the
looking up for it.
when like budget is allocated for the bridge, like for suppose 50 lakhs are allocated, it becomes 10 lakh till it goes to the original place or the place it should be, where it should be used. and the bridge are built, but it collapsed before any vehicles travels through there.
Okay, so I guess now we know where the politicians' kids get their iPhones from. Okay, so now
Yeah,
Shivam, I think
so
you can continue with the. Okay, yeah,
shall
go
I add
ahead,
up
go ahead.
something? Okay, so corruption was embedded in Nepalese economics, and for that reason, crony capitalism arose, and which resulted in the destruction of, I would say, capitalist property. So that was the reason, inclusive principle was there, but it was a sort of tokenism, like, you know, it's just for, businessmen were controlling politicians like puppet, and they were controlling them for their personal interest, and this is one of the reason why corruption, got a got arise in a greater extent. That is also a reason.
Okay, anyone else wants to add anything? I think Shivam,
Right.
you can go forward with the next
So
question.
we have come to know that the PM has resigned, and also the social media ban has been
You are not
uplifted.
audible. You're not audible.
I'm not audible. Hello.
You're not audible.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. So we know that the PM has resigned, and also the social media ban has been lifted. So would you say that that's a success for this protest, or are there more future views that you want to achieve from this?
Hmm. Can you please repeat the question again?
See, since the PM has already resigned and the social media ban has been lifted, so is that enough, or is there more to this protest that you want to achieve?
So as I mentioned earlier, this was never about the social media ban. Okay, so this protest of us, the changes that did the protest was never about the social media ban, because it was all about the anti-corruption. And even though the prime minister has resigned, we are we are forming a different sorts of we are preparing a different sorts of agendas that needs to be done, so that the coming leaders won't be doing any corruption anymore, because the corruption is the root cause of everything that has happened in this past 2 days. So yeah, that is my short answer to you. Thank you.
Anybody else?
So I so I think that the main objective was never obviously banning or lifting the ban on social media,
Yeah, I
but
understand that, but I ask in the sense like, what are the future views or the plans for this protest?
so the main thing is we never planned for a revolution, right? So it became a revolution because the government killed a lot of students in student uniform, which is still illegal in any international law as well. So this is what caused it. So a lot of the parents, a lot of non-Gen Z people also came out in the street yesterday, and they started burning things because they wanted revenge. So I think that created the situation yesterday. So even though it was a peaceful protest on the 8th, on the 9th it became more than that because we wanted to get revenge for whoever got killed, which which created the situation right now. It's a vacuum where no one is willing to take the lead, and all of the old government people were corrupted, and so we need a new leader right now, which makes it a little bit unstable. So right now I think our CNN commander in chief is leading the country or stabilizing the situation. He's still trying to figure out what can we do right now. Do we go into martial law, or do we find a interim prime minister to regain the democracy? So it's like in a transition phase, and we are 100% sure we are not going to choose someone from the old generation again to repeat the cycle. I think that's our plan right now. We are doing our best to ensure the future prime minister, the future ministers, and all of the coming people are being the best person for the job, right? Not nepotism, not favoritism. Like if we have a health minister, he needs to have knowledge about health. If he is sports minister, he needs to know the games. He needs to know how to develop it. So I think we are trying to choose the right man for the right job right now.
So to clarify your question a bit, initially the plan was to lift social media ban and get rid of corruption, but it escalated and so caused a lot of deaths. And after that, the sitting member of parliaments, their houses were attacked, and they were the parliament hasn't dissolved yet, but we are waiting to get that done so that because we can't afford these people to still be in power even after going through all this, right? So we are right now, let's say, in the intermediary and a planning phase to an nationwide discussion is going on to what to do next, like whether to have an interim government or like what options do we have, what is the best thing, what is the best thing to carry out for our interest, right? So the planning is going on still, but it's safe to say the government is on the brink of falling. It has fallen, but officially the parliament hasn't been dissolved. That's the only catch there. But there's no chance that it can, they can make the parliament functionary again. So yeah, that's the current situation, and we are trying to figure things out. Nationwide discussion is going on.
Would you all support a monarchical government?
Not really.
Not at all. That is not happening anytime soon in this country.
Okay.
That's a global or uniform consensus we all have. Like, there's no chance of that happening.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, Kritika.
Okay, so like since the entire thing has started, like this whole protest and everything, there have been names of like many politicians or figures from your country which have came up on the social media platforms, like as Gen Z netizens and all that. And one of them is Balendra Shah, I think the mayor of Nepal. Who is he and how did he gain his popularity? If you people would like to elaborate.
So sorry for being unaudible for most of the time. So can I continue?
Excuse
Can
me?
I? Can
Yeah,
I
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
continue?
point.
Audible.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay, thank you. So talking about Balendra Saha, he was famously known as a rapper. From the starting of his days, he was known as a rapper who helped in the rise of hip hop, the biggest rap culture of Nepal, hip hop, which was carried down by Yama Buddha. So Balendra Sahar, he was known for that. And after a certain while, the Nepal started declining with Yama Buddha's death. And in the time of elections of the in the time of current elections, he was very much into he was one of the, let's just say, he was one of the first youths to ever stand in the elections in Nepal. He was one of the new faces. He was one of the new faces to come in front and uh stand as a stand as the first capable person. Like the Prime Minister of Nepal, the ex Prime Minister of Nepal, Mr. KP Oli, is just, I guess, 8 past. And Balendra Saha, he has done structural engineering. So he was one of the first person who actually had the educational capabilities to do this. And with the help of social media, Balendra Saha actually did it. He won with more than 60,000 votes, which was a very high majority in that time. and ever since then he did whatever he promised. He pulled off each and everything whatever he promised. And he was never scared of any big politicians and any big influence. And as we know, the corruption in Nepal is so worse that we had to come to this stage. So the thing is, Balendra's action made him very much popular, and as a result, now he has been one of the main faces. Like he is not officially into this protest, but he supports our protest and he advises us what to do, what can be the next steps, and he has been supporting us. So that's the reason why it's so popular, I guess, in my
Okay.
opinion.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I think
Okay.
the other reason why Balin is so popular is he actually tells the truth. Like if he can do something, he will do everything in his power to do it. So in our cases, usually the mayor, the prime minister always says something, and that promise is never fulfilled. Like Balin actually promised something, and he has been consistent in fulfilling it. So that has also made the people actually trust him as well.
Also, he
Okay.
supports students in higher educations, and he had provided with scholarship for many students, and like he had given a lot of resources to students. That's why students are more promising towards him rather than any other political parties.
Okay. So I have seen a few posts on Instagram saying that the Nepali people want him to be the next Prime Minister of Nepal. Is there like anything like that, or is it just made up?
No, no, they actually want, most of them want him to be prime minister. Most of them want other people to be in that post. And in yesterday's protest, many of the criminals have been released, rescued through the other political parties and instigator manipulating Gen Zs, and they are actually roaming, uh, carrying guns and other weapons, and they are actually helping political parties. They are also from other political parties, and one of the guilty, Rabi Lamichhane, which was also arrested and who is released yesterday through, let's say, protesters, and people, most of them actually want him to be on that post.
So
And this is
your
very
question
important.
was, people, does Nepali people want Balin as prime minister, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, most of them do want it.
Hmm.
However, the situation we are in right now, um, I think it would be safe to say that uh, it's not the best decision to make him the interim prime minister, right? Because
Yeah.
he is a sitting mayor.
Hmm.
He would have to leave that position for interim prime minister, and then again re-election would happen. So that's a lot of add-ons to the instability of the situation. And I think we have better candidates for the interim prime minister for now, if that happens.
Okay.
And we are discussing on that, and we are like more than 50-60,000 people are actively discussing on whom to make the next interim prime minister or like that.
Okay. Talking about the Instagram post, I also saw a lady there, and people have started to say that they want her to be the president. I don't remember her name. I'm really sorry. Can you people put a little light on that too?
Yeah.
So she was the former Chief Justice of Nepal. She is Susila Karki. Yeah, so she was very renowned for fighting, injustice and getting removed by the political parties which were
Okay.
leading. That's why he is, renowned and popular among the people. That's it.
Yeah, so
So do
about that, she is a former Justice and a pretty robust personnel who has a lot of experience with government related works and the internal politics, and a neutral candidate additionally, she is pretty much highly qualified, right? So yeah, the discussions have been going on, and even the other candidates are also being considered, but seems like most are favoring for her to be the interim prime minister because she is retired. So you know, um, she can sit in that situation properly instead of other active politicians, right? But yeah, those discussions are going still.
Okay. Yeah, Shivam, anyone else? If you or anyone else wants to add anything, they can, or else we can move forward with the questions. Yeah.
Okay, so most of our questions have been answered by you. At last, I'd like to ask you, what would you like to say to the general Indian population, or most importantly, the Wesean population?
So at first, I would like to address something. So going on the current situation of Nepal, I would like to say that to all the Indian people who will be watching our this media, this video. So this movement was completely against the corruption and the bias system that was going against the people. So we, and the reason all the changes and all the population of the country has gone violent was because the prime minister ordered to use live ammunition against children's, against the youth, just for protesting for what was our own civil right. So that is the main thing that was going unfairly, that was being treated as unfairly in the situation of our country. So, and apart from that, the situation is going to be way situation is going to be way too good than expected as from now, because since the government's main leaders have already fallen down, and I don't know whether they have fled the country or they are inside the protection of army. So beside from that, the youth are really in the power for now to who will be in charge of the country. So we will really make sure that what happened yesterday, the day before yesterday, will never be repeat in the history. No more lives will be lost in the history in the coming days from now on. Yeah.
Yeah, what I would like to say is that Sri Lanka did it, Bangladesh did it, Indonesia did it, Nepal is almost there. So if you if any country frustrates the citizens to a high degree, I think any result, any outcome can be achieved. However, it does have its costs. And what you should be aware is that while those movements is going, um, the let's say those uncivilized citizens might take the advantage of the ongoing uncertainties. Just like what we are facing right now is that the vandalism after the protest were done by them, right? It was not us who did that. We we left the protest around 3 4 p.m. and the vandalism started after that. Singadarbar was burned. The Supreme Court of Nepal was burned. The Central Bank of Nepal Rashtra Bank was also burned. So, like, maybe you should watch and plan for those things beforehand, because I think we have lost a very big. It has cost us a lot for this change.
Like we almost lost the soul of our country. More than 100 of government offices were burned, which was public property, and most of them, basically Supreme Court and CIA offices, like they contained corruption evidence. So political parties and the vandalizers, instigators from other political parties tried to burn that evidence. And one thing I want to say is that like international media has been misinterpreting that the protest was for social media, and which is not true. The protest was for corruption, which was actually this protest was on 8th September. The date has been was fixed like 2 months ago. And in between that, I think social media ban news came, and it became more and more violent.
Yeah, and we have been following some Indian news too, and like they were displaying the news as, the social media addiction among the Gen Zs of Nepal. Like, that is doing nothing. That was doing nothing but creating misinterpretations. This was not a result of only social media ban. It was the result of oligarchy, which was done by Oli, and it was the biggest form of, it was expression of uh, distress among the youths, among the citizens of Nepal. That was the actual reason.
Because we wanted to stay in the country, so we wanted to be free from corruption. We didn't go outside just to pay tax and gain nothing from the tax we paid to politicians.
Okay, so at last I want to ask you all a question. So, in your view, what role can the international communities or people from other countries play in supporting Nepal during this crisis? As you all said, like people, even Indian news channels are misinterpreting all this situation and creating, misunderstandings among the people. Even my own mom today, like I asked her, "Do you know about the Nepal protest?" And she was like, "Yeah, then these are." She said the same thing. She was like, "Yeah, you people are addicted to social media. That's why you people are protesting and doing all that." So yeah, I want to ask you people, what do you people want to say to the international communities are out there? Like, what support do you think you need from them, or what do you want to urge them to do?
Like, as I already emphasized on, about this process of protest, this was the biggest form of juvenile injustice. Nepal has signed certain conventions, like CRC, UDHR, so it is the greatest form of human rights violation. So we call for advocates to advocate for human rights, to advocate for juvenile justice. It's not a national issue anymore. It's the, huge violation of human rights, and it should go international. It should be an international sensation. That is my views.
Yeah, so what I would like to say is that while the things are a bit restless or a bit chaotic here, I think one, and while our military is occupied within the country, I think the Indian side can help secure the border from their part. One, two, we have lost a lot of infrastructures and we need help in rebuilding them. Yeah, and basically, I think that's it.
So I also think that a lot of our political leaders has fled to another country. We have heard that the prime minister is in Dubai right now. In With the help of Dubai government, he has been getting security. So we don't want him dead. We just want him prosecuted fairly
Hmm.
in any international court is fine. It does not need to be in Nepal. Any international court is fine. So I think that is also one thing that we want. And right now, until that we are certain that we have a leader, we have someone who can handle all the help. Even if you guys try to help us right now, we don't have a leader. So until we fix that leader, any form of help, may it be like sending people to help us or even money, we cannot manage it properly until we have that leader. So I think in case you guys want to help, we would like you to wait for a bit until we have someone stable and who can do the job. Then you can help us like monetarily or even send people.
So anybody else? Right. With that, Kritika, do you have any other questions?
No, I don't have any other questions. I would like to thank all of you for your valuable time.
Yes.
And thank you so much for sharing your time and experience with us today. We truly appreciate your honesty and courage in speaking out. I know it takes a lot of guts to come out like this and talk to us, seeing the condition in your country right now. You like we didn't know it was that bad, to be very honest. Like people like Gen Z's, young people like you all getting injured and all that. So yeah, so your voices are very important through this conversation. We hope more people around the world will understand what is happening there in Nepal. At the end, all the best wishes to you guys. Keep doing what you are doing. We are truly
Excuse
inspired
me,
by that.
can I
Yeah,
speak? But
Yes,
yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
I'm not going to open my camera.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's
um,
fine. Yeah,
Firstly, I would like to say that the rumors that were spread about the protest that is being social media ban or other things that should not be flowed anymore. And what was the reason against our protest, against the protest of Gen Z, should be known to everyone, not the rumors only. They should know that our protest was against corruption, our protest was against that leaders who was corrupt, who was mm, who was corrupt and who was just making us the people those sorry, our protest was against those who are not letting us grow, who are not letting us the student to grow, and who was just sending our youths to the other country. They are not letting our country develop. Our protest was against them, not just against social media ban. We are not addicted to the social media and asking for the helps to the foreign country or others. As our friend said, India's border should be closed, as we have heard that not all but many criminals has been is out of the prisons. So Indian borders should be closed, and if it is possible, then ICJ or other international institutions should take action against the 2 days protest where our at least 20 students were killed just in Kathmandu. And also in Pokhara, many students were killed, and in Hari, and in other also places, many students who were of Jain, who were the pillar of the nation, were killed. So if ICJ or other institution is there, they should help them. They should help us and should provide us justice.
Okay, thank you. And anybody else?
I think this will all do for us.
Okay, so first of all, thank you to everyone. As an Indian, I relate to you all. See,
Yeah,
corruption is not just a problem in Nepal. Yeah, as an
yeah,
Indian, I relate to it too. See, the information that we have been getting, it was so vague that
yeah.
through this meeting, I learned so much more. And we would love to forward this message to our Wesean Times website, and we will definitely upload this video and also write an article about it. So I
Yeah.
thank you all for attending this interview, and I'd like to formally end this interview here.
Okay. Thank you for your time also.
Thank you so much for your time.
Okay.
Thank you.